welcome to Beyond the Gates, where we amplify real stories, real journeys, real rebuilds. I get tricked up every time on that one. This space is dedicated to the voices of returning citizens or justice impacted individuals, where people who have walked through the hardest parts of the chapters, where their lives are still being chose and they're still being able to rise from those issues. So today we're going to dive into some truth behind reentry, the mindset, the grind, the setbacks, and the wins. So let's get into it. And for that being said, we're going to introduce our guest. I'm going to let him introduce himself, excuse me. And then we're going to get into the questions and see where we go from there. You can introduce yourself, darling.
All right. Thank you. How you doing? Once again, my name is Husayn Nix. Um, I'm the creator of the Boardroom Johnson Executive Academy. I'm just as impacted as well. I did 16 years when I was 17 years old, being released at the age of 33, 2024 to be exact. Right now, majority of my work focuses on helping justice impacted individuals see economic empowerment.
Okay. All right. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So we're going to jump into a backstory question. So for those meeting you for the first time,
Mhm.
who are you beyond your sentence, beyond who the justice system see you as?
Um, a loving, caring person, a loyal friend, a loving son,
Those
just to
those are
name a
parts of
few.
you that matters.
Right.
That's the part that matters. All right. So what was your life like before incarceration? Like your family, work, your dreams, the environment that you were in?
Um, Growing up, everything was relatively, straight and narrow. Wasn't I didn't grow up around too many negative influences in my younger years. Um,
Gotcha.
I know one thing I remember I highlight that a lot of times I even forget. So the school I was going to, we had won a contest. It was a book contest, so all the schools within the city of Portsmouth,
Hmm.
everybody had to make a book, and our
Okay.
school won the book contest. So we got a chance to meet the mayor. I had ended up drawing because I was drawing back then too, and
Okay.
I drew a picture of the mayor, and like that was his thing. When he got there, he was like, "I just want to meet the person who drew my picture. I just want to meet the person who drew my picture." So like
That's a
that was
blessing.
amazing. But as time progressing, I get older and moving through the different stages of school, from elementary, middle, high school, and you starting to meet more people and people from other neighborhoods. And
Hmm.
now these are, they're coming from, now we're
Other
talking about across the
influences.
tracks now. So yeah, so and now they're more mobile, so people are coming from neighborhood to neighborhood too. So you
Hmm.
know, uh, that
It ain't like
became the
how it
new
was
environment.
back in the day.
Right, right. So
Gotcha. Can understand that. So when you look back, what do you think led you into being inside those gates?
um I didn't have at my ready disposal, or maybe I just didn't use it enough. A positive male, role model or male
Role
figure in
model.
my life. So
Understood.
somebody to help me
And they
navigate
do.
when
Yeah. And they definitely play a big part, even
yeah,
in women lives. Dads don't realize they play a big part. And the same thing with moms with sons. Is two both parents don't have to be in the same house, but their impact on the child plays a big part. And I don't
it
think they
does.
really pay attention to that part. We don't pay attention to that part. Let's put it like
I
that.
got to give credit to one person though, to somebody. So my basketball coach, like
Hmm.
he kind of he did what he was able to do, and he did some things that I wasn't expecting him to do. I just
Gotcha.
was thinking it was just a recreational thing, and he kind of went above and beyond a couple of times. But I wish I had more of that, or I had leaned into that more.
Right. And those ones right there, and it's a crazy because you're a full grown man, but you remember what he did for you. So that
Right,
means he played a big impact in your
right.
life. And just those little things of just being kind does play a big part in people's lives and they don't even realize it. It's something that is just like, I just want to do it for you, but you show that just doing those little bitty things, it does affect somebody in at the end of the day.
That's true.
So, all right. So did you pick up any skills, habits, or lessons on the inside? that you still use today?
I listen twice. I listen, twice as hard now. I listen 2 times now before I speak. First, I just listen and speak. Now I listen twice before I speak.
Gotcha. Okay, I can see that one because I definitely do it, but I wouldn't have paid attention. Now I was more looking more for. I have a budgeting issue. Um, yeah, I have a budgeting issue. After making 12 cents for so long,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
just you
Yeah,
learn how to buy a whole lot of deodorants and
that's true.
soaps and toothpastes, and that's what I
You
brought
know what?
home.
So, an issue I have, I kind of still had this issue to the day, right? I still struggle with like filling up a refrigerator. So it's
Yeah,
like, what's supposed to go in? I'm so used to buying like, non-perishables that by the time
you're
I
not the
get back
only
home,
one.
I see someone on the store, I'm like, dang, I should have bought that from the store. I wasn't even
Yeah.
thinking about it.
I'm not gonna even lie. I go and
Right,
go look at my mama refrigerator and be like, Mom, what you got in your refrigerator? So I go see what I need to buy. So you're not the only one. But dry foods, I'm there.
right. Yeah,
They're all day. But if it goes in the refrigerator, if it ain't water or something to drink, I don't know what else going there.
right. You need butter, eggs. That's about it.
About it. Yeah. All right. So what was the hardest part of incarceration that people on the outside would never understand?
Um, Losing your identity, everything you work so hard to like, you know, your persona you create for to be you,
Right.
like what they said, unapologetically
Apologetic.
you, or just your version of yourself, that being stripped
Right.
away.
Yeah, that is a very hard part. But I don't like the word ignorant, but uneducated individuals wouldn't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
They would just say, "Oh, you're just exaggerating." All right, so now we're gonna transition to being home. So walk me through your first 72 hours after release. What hit you the hardest?
Um, I guess just knowing that I had to readjust to everything, just knowing like I am free again was like, dang, I gotta relearn everything.
Right.
So it's like, kind of like knowing that you really don't know too much, even though everything looked how it was when you left, but it's like, yeah, you kind of really still don't know.
It feels foreign, like you in
Right.
a whole nother state. You at home, but you know how you go visit a state and it just feels like, oh, I've been here before, I've seen this, but it don't feel real.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those type of feelings. So it make you feel like you in a twilight zone or something.
That's true.
All right. So what barriers did you run into right away? Like as far as like housing, your ID, employment. We all ran into the whole thing of technology and STEM being um STEM. I can't pronounce the word nothing, but being judged for what you've done.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Stigma. There we go.
Yeah.
I had to say it in my head a couple times.
Um, I probably would say technology really,
Okay.
because I was kind of fortunate to have fell into an employment situation that I wasn't judged on that. It was welcome really. So
Right. Okay. And that's real good because some of them
right,
just be like, "Oh, where you been? Why you don't know how to do this?"
right.
But at least they had an understanding. Be like, "Okay, at least we can teach you the right way. You're not saying, oh, I already know how to do it and you're doing it wrong. I actually get a chance to teach you from the beginning and show you exactly how to do it." All right. So, all right. Was there a resource, a person, or a program that actually made a difference for you?
Um, I would say people. So two of my friends, they came and see me almost as soon as I got out,
Okay.
and it was them kind of dropping everything in the middle of everything to say, hey, let me come make sure you straight. Let me help you with your reacclimation process. And that kind
And
of
that's a blessing.
that meant a lot. That meant more than anything else could have. Somebody could have gave me some money. It would have meant more because you gave me your time, something you can't get back.
Right.
So
Yeah. Money you can make back.
yeah, you can
Time
make that.
we Yeah, time we both know you can't get that back. It don't matter what you do. You can't turn that clock back. That you
Yeah.
out back if you miss 5 minutes.
Yeah, 12 cents an hour. make you not even, you can make money.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
At
because
12 cents an
everything be
hour.
12 cents an hour, right?
Yeah. And that's how I look at it. Be like, look,
Right.
you wasting my time. I could be doing something else that can make me a little bit more, but it's a learning process, and it's definitely have made me more humble and more appreciative of what is done for me, what is other people's time. Like, I am so appreciative because you could be doing something else that actually makes you money, or you can be doing something else that actually does something for you. But by taking the time out to do something for me for a little while, I try to get out the way and get out your way, and then turn around and return the favor. So I definitely agree with you on that one.
It's so much of a selfless act that it's genuine. Like it's
Yeah.
nothing short of genuine.
Yeah. And you don't find too many people like that no more. Sadly to say, but you
That's true.
don't. All right. So let's jump into what motivated you to step into the entrepreneurship, or yeah, what stepped into you into doing entrepreneurship? Not a career, because entrepreneurship is your career.
Right.
So what pushed you to go that way?
So I started reading. So when I got heavy into reading,
Mm-hmm.
which was, I want to say, like 2017, that's when I kind of started back, like picking up reading books, and that was more, substance based. It was information for to help build you. And I started with like spirituality first. Then I went
Okay.
to history. Then I started seeing the tie between the two. And one of the main things most of the revolutionaries always stressed was, economic empowerment. So it's like, you need to
Right.
be in control of your economics, or have a very, very astute understanding of it to be able to know how to keep it in control, or keep, everything within its proper bounds. So
Right.
that played a very major part.
And I have to give it to the men. Um, Even though y'all might have a little bit more issues than the women do, as far as doing time, y'all do not allow your thinking processes to stop. Where the women, our emotions, and I ain't even gonna lie, our emotions get in the way of doing time. Where y'all figured out how to block out your emotions and continue to learn and educate yourselves while you're there. It's not too many of us that do that, but there's more of y'all that do it. And it's just to see you all come out and y'all actually team up together, and y'all make sure you push each other. All y'all can have different jobs and different foundations and different businesses, but y'all all make time to go ahead and sit down and say, hey, you got an event going, all right, I'm gonna come and join your event. Oh, you got a nonprofit, you want to go do this, all right, I'm gonna come and sit in the audience and support you. Y'all support each other so much. Women are not that supportive to each other, and I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. They are not. But
Unfortunately, yeah.
it's sad, but it's definitely true. Women are not as supportive as men are when y'all are on the same educational wave. So I just had to point that out because it is definitely something that does not get brought up. Um, so if you could speak in the version of you who was still inside, what would you say to them today?
Um, I would say, it's just a bump in the road. Is you you always running out of time, but you can still always make a change. Anytime you make a change, it's
Mhm.
good. Like it has meaning. So it's never too late to change.
Right. And I definitely agree with you on that one. So, what does freedom mean to you now, mentally, financially, and spiritually?
Understanding.
That's a strong word. That's a powerful word.
Mm,
Very powerful, because if you don't have understanding, you don't have nothing.
nah, not at all.
So, what message do you want the world to hear about returning citizens or justice impacted individuals?
That a lot that is more to them than what meets the eye, and from what they record say, is it sometimes it looks worse on paper.
Right. It
So
does.
everybody has a story. So before you judge, you should get to know the person's story. Because at
Hmm.
the end of the day, everybody has a potential that could be unlocked. I done seen people do some amazing things from behind bars. some things that I still have yet to see people do
out
now that
here.
I'm free.
Yeah. And I definitely, like I said, the men are phenomenal. I don't know what it's because y'all have so much extra time on y'all hands, but y'all create so much more. And it's sad, but y'all are able to create so much more in there than y'all do out here. And if I think if we could get y'all to just find that potential out here,
Right.
things would just blossom. Like instead of sitting you down for 5, 6 years to find it, if we could figure out how to pull it out here, it will stop so much, especially with our black and brown and yellow individuals. Like
Sure.
we definitely need to figure that part out. But that is just something that we all been trying to figure out for the longest, how to keep each other out.
Yeah.
Um, but again, I truly appreciate you taking the time out to do this with me for our second take.
Right.
Um, but it was definitely a pleasure to hear your story all over again. But before I do our outro, was there anything that you wanted to share? So I want to give you the time to, you know, tell people what you want to put out there, how to get in touch with you, any projects that you have coming up, anything you want people to tap into.
Yes. So I just completed publishing my seventh book, which is called Reentry Economics: The Economy of Second Chances. I would like people to check that out. That's on Amazon or any of my other titles. If you don't, you don't have to support financially, and if that's the case, I appreciate if you follow me on social media at I am Husayn Nix on any platform. Engage, like, share, let somebody know. Give me some feedback, so I have something to go off. Iron sharpen iron. So I'm here to learn too.
Gotcha. I definitely gonna get that book because I remember you mentioning it last time, and I put it in my cart. I just gotta go hit the button.
Yeah,
I'm one of those. I put everything in the cart, and I be like, "I don't come back to it," and it just be sitting there. So I need to go ahead and push the button since you reminded me. I need to go push that button.
I do that
But
too.
but I appreciate you. So we're going to end this one out. So thank you for tapping into Beyond the Gates, excuse me. Every story shared here reminds us that reentry is not just a second chance, it's a second chapter. So chapters can get better when communities, resources, and support come together. If today's conversation moves you, share it. Someone out there needs to hear it. And that is rebuilding and makes it possible. So until next time, keep pushing, keep growing, keep walking boldly beyond the gates.